Welcome, everybody, to another morning workout talk brought to you by your one and only literary Pharaoh. Oh, I'm so glad to be back on my routine again, guys. It's been a while since I've done a morning workout video because I had a break from work, so my schedule was not the same. I wasn't required to wake up too early, and then I still was going to the gym. I'm still consistently doing what I did. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, we even added an extra routine to our workout regimen because we go at different times. We started to run together because we had the time to do that. I still was sun gazing. I still was doing my yoga. I still was going to the gym. So having a break from work actually allowed me to actually work out more, be more active, and I enjoyed it. So now I'm back on my work schedule again. So you guys will be seeing me Monday, Wednesday, Friday again. And yeah, here we are. So as I'm riding to work, there's been a lot going on in the world today, and I'm sure you guys have heard of the planned staged event of the alleged presidential, ex-president assassination attempt, whatever the hell you want to call it. But people have been giving so much attention to this that it's quite sad of how far the human mind has gone. And I say that in a negative way because we've just allowed our minds and our brains to just be controlled by whatever the television tells us. I call it the tell-lie vision. I don't care if there's blood on his right ear or left ear, whatever. Like, Hollywood has bullets that have blood in it. Dude, it's an act. It's staged. Just like January 6th was staged when they talked about people raiding the White House. All that stuff is staged, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta wake up. They control the narrative. I mean, they control the story so they can either input certain legislation to combat whatever we see. It's just like 9/11. I mean, I was there, and not there, but I know where I was at during 9/11, and ever since then, not just me, many other people, thousands and millions of other Americans have gotten to the point where our trust in media and government news has declined radically. It's declined. We don't care. We think for ourselves, and even if we think for ourselves, even if the thinking for ourselves, it might be a little bit off, but I'd rather go with what I'm thinking than what you're giving me. You can't tell me what to think. All right? It's my responsibility. It's our responsibility as individuals to know how to think. You can give me information. It doesn't mean that I have to buy what you're selling me. It's like a salesman. They knock on your door. They want to sell a product. It's left up to you, all right, based upon the experiences you've had, based upon empirical data, because we've all been fooled once or twice, maybe 3 times in our lives, maybe more. But those experiences are supposed to assist us in navigating this complex realm of mass deceptive practices, especially one that's brought to you by legacy media, aka mainstream media. So I'm not at all moved by that. I saw that, I was like, man, get the hell out of here. If they wanted President Trump dead, he'll be dead already. This is all staged events. It's mass distractions, and I'm sure there's something being cooked up behind the scenes. Usually when events like this occur, there's usually something that should be getting attention that's highly more significant, but we can't give attention to those things because right now what's being aired and being played on the news feed 24/7 is this staged, planned assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It's just I don't know. It's just amazing how so many people really believe it without questioning it. I mean, some people just immediately went to social media to talk about it as if it was real. And let's say it is real. So what? It didn't happen. He didn't die. There's no way in hell in that small arena, in that small place, that a shooter can set up and then get shots off, miss the shots, and no. And I listened to just I think yesterday I was listening to Dane Calloway's channel, and I was like, come on, Dane, like, don't give attention to this. What do you mean? You know, he had a question, he had a poll on there saying do you think it's real, or do you think it's real or staged? And majority of people said staged, but then he had another, he kind of wished he would have changed the options and gave 3 options, where he said rather than saying real or staged, he wanted to add the word planned. So he would have had 3 options to choose from on the poll that he provided to his community. He would have said real, okay, planned, or staged. But to me, I think it's a staged plan. It's a plan that was staged. It's both. Yes, there was a plan to stage the event. Was there a plan to actually kill Trump? No. Because if there was a real plan to kill Trump, you better believe the CIA would be on it. They would be on it, meaning they'll be part of it. This is not, guys, we have to wake up and start to use our history as a teaching tool. In 9/11, wasn't it the CIA, wasn't it our own government that were in cahoots with Middle Easterners to concoct a very, very intricate plan that took years to plan to bring down those Twin Towers? Even the pilots that were training, they didn't even know what they were training for. They thought they were training for something else. There were so many people that were left in the dark, and everybody had working parts. Everyone had a part to play, but you better believe that the CIA, the American government, had everything to do with that. Plenty of times America has attacked its own people for an agenda. It's usually to go to war, plunder and take resources from other countries. So I don't buy anything that the media tells me anymore, because it's all controlled. And if you listen closely to what's being said, it sounds scripted. Most news networks are saying the same thing. Like, if I can't remember the exact things that they were saying on that Dane Calloway was showing, because he showed some footage, and one thing great about what Dane Calloway did, he does show. He's providing you with the information that he's been provided, but I'm always skeptical of that, because we all know that when something happens like that, whenever some kind of major event occurs, they're gonna. When I say they, I mean the people who plan the event. It's a multifaceted, layered plan. It's not like one person doing it. It's a group. It's groups of people. It's clusters, okay? And everyone has their own agenda and their own plan in it, all right? And so whenever you get information from, a traumatic event or some major event, the initial information that's put out, you cannot buy that. You can't go with it like it's the gospel. Even the guy that they're saying is the alleged shooter, and they're talking about, this is based upon the information that Dane Calloway provided on his channel, by the way, so I'm speaking from that perspective. So if you're saying things like, oh yeah, he went to school, he graduated, he was with this, he was a loner, all those people involved in talking about this are actors. Even the guy that they interviewed saying that, oh, he said something about the secure area. How are you in a secure area and you're just a regular civilian? So that guy put his foot in his own mouth. You can go look at Dan Calloway's channel. It was a long live. So if you have the time to watch it, please do. But if you don't, it's okay. Don't waste your time. If you missed it, it's not a big deal. But I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't believe any of that stuff. And then Dane starts to show footage, like news footage, of events that occurred before the shooting, about how people would get, on television using violent terminology of punch Trump in the face. He should take a bullet to the head and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, there's an attempt on his life. All that is scripted. Do you think that people get on camera and speak their mind? Anchors don't speak their minds. You're reading from a teleprompter. People who come on air, they're prepped in the green room on what to say, what not to say. Even when these people come for interviews, they already know the interview questions before they get there, so they're prepared. Their handlers are telling them what to say. Producers are in people's ears. People have handlers, people. You don't come on a show and freestyle and speak your mind freely. Information is controlled, which is why I believe in 2024, moving forward, we are in an information warfare. We are in a warfare of information. I say that very intentionally, because it's not that I'm talking about InfoWars with Alex Jones. I'm not talking about that kind of InfoWars. I'm talking about warring for information, meaning that there's so much out there. We can be overwhelmed by so much data that it can overblow the mind, right? And so what these people do, they control the information. So it doesn't matter where you go, whatever network that you choose to go to, wherever network you go to, you're going to hear the same thing. And that's what I call systemic brainwashing. It's a hypnotic tool. CIA operate. There's a CIA operate. I've always said it's CIA operation because they've studied the minds of human beings. Television is a tool used as a weapon against the people. It's a tool used as a weapon against the people. It's that simple. So that was nonsense to me. I didn't buy that. But you have people out there who believe in the democratic process. We're not a democracy, people. We are a constitution republic, and one that's ran almost like a dictatorship. You say, how dare you? We have voting systems. Yeah, we have rigged voting systems that doesn't matter. Voting doesn't matter. It's all a game. It's theater. It's political theater. Trump and Biden are friends. These people know each other. They just go out there to play their role and play their part. They're puppets. And we're the audience. We're the audience members that soak in all this nonsense, and we're buying it hook, line, and sinker. So therefore, we keep this going. When I say we, I say that because we're the ones that give it the attention. Hold on, I gotta go back here and get my step ladders that I use for my workout. I gotta straighten it out. It's kind of tangled. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, so about that. I have a mind of my own. I've stopped listening. I've stopped giving my mind to politics years ago, man. Politics is all an act. We've been doing the same crap for years, man. People, if this person gets elected, then things would change, and this, that, and the other. No, man, everyone has their part to play, and they blame it on a two-party political system. It's much more than that, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's much more than that. Presidents are selected, they're not elected. And everyone has a part to play. So you can blame America's destruction on Biden. It's not really Biden. It's the controllers. It's the puppeteers. It's the banks. It's the Rockefeller family. It's these private banking companies that own America. America is owned by banks. And these political heads that are selected are put in position to move the agenda of these big time corporations. America is a corporation, folks. It's not a democracy. And we're nothing but the worker ants. That's why we have Social Security numbers. That's our employee ID numbers. and we work for a state. Each state is a corporation. Each state is a business. And the only thing that makes us united is a dollar. We're not united in terms of philosophy and ideal. America couldn't be more divided than it is today. We're so divided, and we're divided by politics. I'm a left-winger. I'm a right-winger. I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. I'm a mid-conservative. Like, it's all bullshit, man. Excuse my French. I hate it that I even have to curse, but it just gets me angry when I see so many people speak in those terms and they remain in that, you know, in that non-productive, they remain in that non-productive rhetoric. It doesn't make any sense. As you can see here, I'm struggling with this thing. This cheap thing that I bought from Amazon a while back, man. It gets tangled up, and it takes so long for me to untangle it. But yeah, man, that's what I wanted. That's my spiel today. I'm gonna get off this feed to make sure that I can concentrate on loosening this thing up here. But yeah, man, I'm so glad to be back on my schedule again. I miss doing these things because doing this morning workout talk was very therapeutic to me. It allowed me to express myself. And I don't do this for views, folks. You don't hear me telling you to like. I just like to have people give comments. Even though I don't get any comments on here, that's fine. But I don't do this for likes or clicks. I just do this because I'm talking to the few people that are listening. You know. Many people who think like us, we're few in number. We're few in numbers, but we're out there. We are out here. We are out here. All right, thank you guys for listening and indulging me in another morning workout talk. And I'll see you guys again Wednesday. All right, take care. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think.